What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm NeonMushroom. We've got a spicy deck that's been making the rounds we're going to play a league with today. This is, some people are calling it Enchantress aggro. I'm just going to call it Auratog. This is an Auratog deck. It's at 1/2, and you sacrifice an enchantment, and this creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's kind of worded like the original Auratog, but this one only cares about auras, which is really, well, not just auras, any enchantment, which is really cool. So this deck is kind of crazy. It's all based off of these enchantresses. One we know about, it's a staple of the format, Argothian Enchantress, 0/1 for 2, Shroud whenever you cast an enchantment, draw a card. Very strong. Then we've got, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this every time, Femeref Enchantress. This one's a 1/2 for a green and a white. No Shroud, but it does have a point of power, which is kind of cool. Whenever an enchantment is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. And it does not care whose enchantment is going to which graveyard. So like if your opponent pops a seal, Aura of Silence, anything, that's also going to count for the Femeref Enchantress. It especially comes up when you're going to like Seal of Cleansing your opponent's thing. That'll draw you 2 cards, which is quite good. But this is kind of the backbone of the deck. What we're doing is we're playing technically, I think, all 5 colors, which is reflected in our mana base of 4 Brushland, 4 City of Brass, 4 Gemstone Mine, 4 Thran Quarry, 2 Undiscovered Paradise, a Reflecting Pool, and a single Lotus Petal, which is kind of weird. But we are a Tethered Griffin deck. This is another card that we haven't seen on this channel at all. It's a 2/3 with flying for 1 mana. One tiny drawback: when you control no enchantment, sacrifice it. However, our enchantments go deep. We've got 4 Seal of Strengths, another first for the channel. It's just a giant growth on a enchantment. We've got 4 Rancors, which is a combo. We'll talk about that in a moment. We've got 2 Hidden Gibbons, 1 Concordant Crossroads, a spell everyone knows about, but we actually haven't put into play yet. So that's going to be fun if it comes up. 4 Birds of Paradise, not an enchantment, just a way to fix the mana. 4 Seal of Fire, 4 Sarcomancy, 1 Seal of Removal, and then 2 Seal of Cleansing. So that's our enchantment package. A lot of these Seal of Enchantments sacrifice themselves. So if the green-white Enchantress sees that, you draw a card. And then we have 1 Replenish. There's only 1 copy because we're not really a Replenish deck. You can just get to a point in the game where you're like, okay, late game, Replenish, do this combo thing. What is the combo thing? Auratog says you sacrifice an enchantment and it gets +2/+2 till end of turn. If you have a Rancor, you can sacrifice the Rancor to the Auratog, and if a green-white Enchantress is around to see it, you'll draw a card on the way out. And then you can recast it, because the Rancor, when it goes to the graveyard from the battlefield, it goes back to its owner's hand. So the Auratog sacrifices it, gets +2/+2, and if you have this Enchantress, you draw a card on the way out. If you have this Enchantress, when you recast the Rancor, you draw another card, put it on the Auratog, loop this for however much mana you have. You can make this thing very, very large. If you have any other enchantments lying around, like Sarcomancies, which once you get the 2/2, the actual enchantment's all downside. So we've got an extra way to use it with the Auratog. You can create lethal out of nowhere, which is very cool. The sideboard is actually full of sideboard cards. It's just white and black cards. We've got 3 Swords to Plowshares, 3 Duress, 4 Engineer Plagues, bonus points because that is an enchantment. There's 3 Planar Voids, which is a really cool one. I think it's going to come up in a lot of different types of matchups. It's an enchantment, and if you do want to do the Replenish thing, I don't recommend bringing this in. If you make the mistake of leaving Replenish in and bringing Planar Void in, you can always kill your own Planar Void with either your own Seal of Cleansings or more likely your Auratog. Then we've got Warmth, which is also an enchantment. It'll be quite good against Slide. That's all you need to know. Let's hop into a league. All right, we found our first opponent, and this is me drawing my first ever hand with this deck. We've got the Gemstone Mine Reflecting Pool combo. We've got the Enchantress. We do have a Tethered Griffin. I think we try this. I think we're going to try this. All right, we got a Treetop. I really don't think we want to play against the Rock, but hey, what can you do? Ooh, that's a nice top deck. I still think we want to lead on Sarcomancy, obviously. Do we want to like go really fast and like play Lotus Petal, go Sarcomancy plus Tethered Griffin? I think so. Brushland, Lotus Petal, tap for black, Sarcomancy, let that resolve. Play, how's this for a Sui deck? Tethered Griffin, go. Big power and toughness. Wall of Blossoms is in my way, huh? All right, draw Argothian. That's not bad. Let's go to combat. Let's just get him for 2 in the air. Beep, beep. Let's get this Reflecting Pool going, and I think I'll play Argothian Enchantress. Or is it better to play this Enchantress so I can use Auratog to draw cards? No, I think we'll go Argothian for the top deck equity. Go. Tethered Griffin is wild. It's a 1 mana 2/3 of flying. It's pretty cool. Opponent, no, oh, it's a Wall of Roots. Okay, so our flyer is good here. We draw Thran Quarry. All right, let's go to combat. Let's beep beep for 2 in the air. Beep beep. Damage. Let's get Gemstone Mine going. Let's play the Enchantress for a white and a green, and then you can go. This deck is very, I haven't played it yet, but I've played against it. It looks like the most fun you can have playing Magic. Oh, I got to change the name. This is actually, this is Auratog, not blue-green mid-range. There we go. Ooh, a Call of the Herd for sure. All right. Is it MTGO? It's MTGO. Untap. Draw an Argothian. It'd be really cool if we drew an enchantment at some point, but we'll get there hopefully. Go to combat, beep with the tethered, damage, and then let's go Thran Quarry, and let's go green colorless, and play, no, actually, let's hold the Argothian. Let's go white colorless, and play the Auratog, because we can use the Auratog to sacrifice the Sarcomancy to draw an extra card off the Femeref Enchantress, and then that can chain into just going infinitely wide. Our opponent's board makes me think they might not be on Pernicious Deed, which is comforting. And this Tethered Griffin, it keeps a clock on. It's pretty cool. Oh, they have Deed anyway. All right, there's your Deed. You get +2/+2, right? So if they attack with that elephant, I can get them. Yeah, don't do that. End step, my turn. This is one of those decks. Oh, Replenish. Oh boy. Okay, let's go. Let's just activate Auratog now and sacrifice the Sarcomancy, because that will let me draw a card. If it's an enchantment, we can start to go a little crazy. It is an enchant. Oh, it's a Seal of Cleansing too. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. Oh no, that killed my Tethered Griffin. That was a mistake. I should have thought about that. Let's go Argothian Enchantress for a green and we're also going to lose this this Thran Quarry. So sorry, Growing Pains. No one mind me. Here's an Argothian. Here's a Seal. Oh, but we get to seal the Pernicious Deed. It's all good. All right, draw 2 off the Argothians. Birds, Rancor. Let's sacrifice this to blow up the Deed. They can sack Deed on 0, but that also kills their elephant. Yeah. Oh, that triggers off their enchantments going to the graveyard too. That's crazy. All right, kill your elephant and my dude. No response. I'll draw a card. All right, Seal does its thing. And now we're here. Okay, well, there's no good attacks. Wait, there are. There are. No, there's not. They can just block everything. We pass. That was fun. Also, Auratog plus Rancor is a combo. Hopefully we get to do it. No second P Deed. Yeah. Duress is very good because they're going to hit a Replenish. I had a land drop. I thought I already made my land. Oh no, I ruined it. I'll call sure. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, here's the bright side. Green, Rancor, my Auratog. Draw 2. All right. Activate Auratog, sacrificing Rancor. Stack my triggers. Yield to all. All right. Let's go. They can see how much damage could I have done there. Go away. 3. And then we can do it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Land. 10, 11 with trample. And the whole time I'm drawing cards, it could have gone to 13, 14, 15 with trample. That was damn near lethal. Wow. Begin sideboarding. Cool. That's pretty cool. I'm not sideboarding. Like, there's no more Seal of Cleansings. I don't think I want STP. Maybe Duress. But like, this is like a really gross, like mid-range matchup. And I think Duress is like pretty bad. Seal of Fire also sucks alternatively, but I don't really want to like just demolish my enchantment count either. How many enchantments do we have? You aren't enchantments. You're not. Birds aren't enchantments. Concordant Crossroads is, so is Gibbons. Rancor, Seal of Strength. The Enchantresses are not. Auratogs are not. Seals are. Replenish is not. So we have 22 enchantments. Do we really want to dip into that? I'm just not going to sideboard. Let's see what happens. All right, this hand has no enchantments, but it's got like the Enchantresses. Maybe we can just like count on drawing into them. We'll keep. Like, our mana base is rock solid. That's got to be worth something. And like, any Seal is a great top deck. Like over a third of our deck at this point is like stellar top decks. All right, we see a Wastes and a Cabal Therapy. Probably naming Argothian. Good thing I have Femeref Enchantress as well. They named Sarcomancy. I have no such card. Well, now they have 3 in hand. Seal of Strength. Okay, bet. Cast Seal of Strength for a green. I could have waited for the Argothian, but I think I want to, like, with them on a mulligan this deep, I want to start like my beats. That said, I'm probably just dropping Femeref Enchantress next turn anyway. Yeah, Wall of Roots is fine. So maybe it was better to wait. Okay, now I think it's Argothian. Now I'm just like all over the place. Land Argothian, and you may go. 1, 2, 3 for a Gloom. Yeah, that's fine. So that's white costs more. It's a bummer, but we got stuff. Let's go with a land that can produce red. Then let's tap for a red and play a Seal of Fire, triggering the Argothian. Cool. And I guess we'll also play a Hidden Gibbons for a green, trigger the thingy, and then it's going to take me a couple turns to play Femeref Enchantress. I could just take out their Wall of Blossoms. I don't know if that's necessary right now. We're just going to pass. Seal of Cleansing would be a great top deck. Treetop, 3 mana, 4 Ravenous Baloth. Sure. They're hellbent now. On tap, draw. It's another Gibbons. Let's go green, Gibbons, draw a Quarry. I guess I can... No, I can't actually cast any spells in my hand. So let's just drop Gemstone Mine and chill out. Duress for sure. You can take my Replenish. And next turn, I can drop the Femeref Enchantress, or however you pronounce it. The attack with Baloth isn't even safe. Oh no, this turn it is, because they probably know that I want to like wait to sack my enchantments until I play my Femeref Enchantress. So that makes sense here, actually. Draw another quarry. Here's my Enchantress. Let's go white, green, whatever, and whatever. Yield to all. And let's attack with Argothian. No, wait. I cannot pump the Argothian Enchantress with Seal of Strength. It very much has Shroud. All right, opponent. No pernicious deeds are allowed in the making of this video. Recurring Nightmare, that one's allowed. Attackers. End step, my turn. Untap draw. Another land isn't exactly where we want to be. That said, maybe a 2-powered flyer is exactly what the doctor ordered. Griffin. Let's go white, whatever. And I guess I'll take a damage, whatever. And then is the attack free? It's not. No, it is. It very much is. Okay, combat. Let's get in with this Enchantress. What does that force him to do? Just sack the Baloth? Is that okay? Maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe that's doing too much. We'll just pass. I would like it if my opponent drew the card Smother. Wake up my Hidden Gibbons. Activate Treetop. Bold. Attackers. Attack with both. Go to blocks. Let's block the Treetop Village, I think is better. Let's block the Treetop Village. And let's Seal of Strength my Griffin. All right, kill your Treetop Village. Where's my Auratog? Cabal Therapy? Sure. What do you want to take? Replenish? My deck only contains one, but I guess our opponent doesn't actually know that, which is pretty good for us. End step, my turn. Untap, draw? I feel like we need to draw cards here. Let's go ahead and play another Enchantress. Let's go colorless, white, green. I'm going to use the mining counters now because my life total is actually a factor. And then let's go to combat. Let's get in with both of these. Go to blockers, damage. And then do we just drop a birds too? I don't think we need to. No, I think we can just like chill. No, we probably pop this now, actually. Let's pop this on you. I want to get my draw too. All right, another Argothian. No luck. Do I drop Argothian? Nah, seems like no. I think I want one in my hand just in case they draw deed. We can just like block this with the Enchantress. Clear blockers. No, I don't want to die, actually. Block. 1, 2, 3. There's a deed. That's not great. All right, untap, draw. And no more enchantments. We kind of petered out. That's lame. Let's go to combat. Let's get in there. Beat. They just got to break that thing on 2, and it's real good for them. Our creatures are going away, so let's not play out this Thran Quarry and just pass. Pop the deed. I would pop the deed. I get to draw a card. That's a bad draw. Everything's dead. But I get to draw more cards, which is really cool. All right, we've got some lines here. Attackers. I'll take 4. Can't stop you. Rip this Thran Quarry. Next turn. All right, we need an Argothian Enchantress, so we'll start there. Green, 1. Argothian. I think we need to draw all the cards, so green, 1, Argothian. And then let's go Sarcomancy. Take some damage, draw some cards, make a dude. Let's also get Birds of Paradise in there. Wait, there's a better way. I think we'll expose a Thran Quarry. We'll get a birds in there. And then we try again next turn. I think we're blocking with birds. Otherwise, it makes the Sarcomancy a win con for our opponent, which isn't great. Combat. Yeah, declare blocks. No thanks. Youch. What else you got? Another Baloth for sure. Mago. All right, there's another land. Let's play a Thran Quarry. And let's play a 5-mana Seal of Cleansing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw 2. There's an Auratog. Let's break up that Gloom right now. Wait, that costs 3. Maybe we can just wait on that. Can we wait until next turn to do that and like get some threats into play? I think so. Let's go with a Auratog. Can I really afford to lose all my Gemstone Mines? My life total is certainly a bottleneck right now. I can't even play Auratog because of Gloom. So what I'll do is I'll jam Seal of Fire, draw some cards, and then I'll plan to break Gloom on end step. Tranquil Domain. Okay. Let's wait. It's all non-aura enchantments. It busts them all. Okay. Pop a Baloth in the dome. That's a weird pick. You've got a lot of really good enchantments in play, huh? Okay. Attackers. All right. Declare blockers. Let's just block with a zombie. Kind of a weird line. They didn't even make me crack my seal. There's a Tethered Griffin. Okay. Let's pop all the way off now. Let's go Gemstone Mine. Let's go Argothian first for a green and a colorless. And then let's play a Sarcomancy for a black. Draw 3 cards. Am I going to deck myself? There's the combo. So let's drop an Auratog for a white and a whatever. And then they got 0 in hand. Do I just go all the way big? Let's get Rancor on the Auratog now. losing one of these lands, draw a bunch of cards. Oh God, am I going to deck myself? Not quite. We're not quite there yet. And then, let's get some mana into play that will like not die after I use it. Birds of Paradise. With this 8 in hand, can I go to 2? I think so. Birds of Paradise. And then, yeah, we're done here. Pass. 1, 2. Ravenous Rats? For sure. We'll pitch City of Brass. Attackers. Seems poor. No, like seriously, please don't attack. You'll die. Okay, go to our turn. Birds of Paradise. Let's play a Brushland. And let's see what type of shenanigans we can get up to here. We've turned the corner. We now have a problem. It's an Argothian Enchantress problem, actually. Because to do our Auratog combo, we draw like our whole deck, right? Maybe that's okay. Our deck's like full of Seal of Fire, right? Let's just get into play. So let's go white for a Tethered Griffin. White for a Tethered Griffin. Sarcomancy. Let's get some of that. Oh, let's tap a birds for that. Ooh, seals. Seals. Lots of seals. Okay, let's go to combat. Wait, I can just set up lethal with Tethered Griffin next turn, right? Let's still force them to block my Auratog. I guess we attack with zombie too, because then we can like shoot down one of the Baloths. Yeah, we attack like this. All right, let's go more damage. Let's activate sacking Sarcomancy. No response. It's 5 points now. Let's make it even more damage. And then I don't know. I'm at a loss right now. Let's cast Seal of Fire for a red. Yield to all, draw a bunch of shit. Oh, bunch of Rancors. What if I just dome them with it? Like next turn, I can just make a super lethal dude. Seal kill doesn't work. They're actually at 11 life right now. Like these are just Ravenous Baloths. Let's just go birds. And then how many cards can I draw here? Each art enchantment is 9. I think if they don't draw too hot here, we're good. We just let the Baloth go because they can't attack with them either. If I have lock with Argothian Enchantress, my loss condition is now just Argothian Enchantress existing. Ravenous is fine. We're going to pitch our Enchantress, I think. Attackers, end step, my turn. Draw an Auratog. All right, let's activate this Auratog, sacking the Rancor. And then let's Rancor a Tethered Griffin, tapping for green. And let's Rancor another Tethered Griffin, tapping for green. Let's see, they're at 8, 9, 10, 11 life. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, another Rancor is 9, 10. Oh, they're just dead. Combat. Beep, beep. All right, you've gained life. This is still lethal. You've gained life. Take 8. All right, play Seal of Fire, tapping for red. Please concede. Or let me shoot you, whatever you want, really. All right, cool. Wow, 2-0'd the rock. That felt crazy. Let's hop back in. This deck is kind of cool. Okie dokie, round 2, and we're on the play. Love to see it. Sick hand, please. Turn 1 Argothian Enchantress into spam stuff. Maybe it's too loose. I'm keeping it anyway. All right, City of Brass, Lotus Petal. Please don't have Innocent Blood. Argothian. They're going to be like, right now they think we're some weird combo deck. I guess we kind of are, but I bet they weren't expecting an Argothian off the back of that turn 1. All right, yield through. I don't think you understand what type of Enchantress we're playing right now. All right, let's go ahead and cast Seal of Strength to see if we find the land. Is life easy or is life hard? Life's hard. Okie dokie, we pass. We definitely kept a greedy one. Beep beep, attack you. Yeah, this is not the Enchantress you think it is. This is a weird deck. I kept a really greedy opener, but we'll see if I get punished for it. Yield through turn. I said yield through turn. Yeah, we are right in the middle of getting punished. Let's cast a birds. I would mana leak this since you just watched me miss like a bunch of... Or they could have swords too. That would be just as good. But I do like Rancor and green-white badness. It's pretty cool in that deck, I agree. Impulse, for sure. Continue. Yeah, great basic choices. Guru lands, very sexy. A Darker Waste. I think this is land still. Why was I able to keep this birds? I wonder. Okay, let's go red. Seal of Fire, trigger Argothian. We found a land. Pretty good. Play the land. Let us play a Ferngraph Enchantress for a green and a white. Yield to all. I'd probably counter this. 3 mana. Absorb. Yeah, Absorb seems fine here. That seems like a great play. All right, and then we're just passing. Of course, after we get in for 1, very important. When I say 1, I mean, as Cyrus would say, get in for not damage. All right, they're just passing. Come on, draw engine. Okay, Gemstone Mine. How about another Enchantress? Green, white. Oh, nope. I already did white. I need green now. Can I have this? No response. Mana leak makes a lot of sense. All right, let's try to Rancor my birds. Trigger the Argothian. AK is fine. You know what? I should have just tapped my City of Brass to do that. I forgot, like, I can totally just attack. All right, Seal of Removal for a blue. I'm expecting a Wrath of God. That's why I'm not deploying my second Enchantress. Tethered Griffin, hello. All right, you can go after I attack for 0. My poor Femeref Enchantresses. They wanted to be ancestral recalls so bad. Send a message. Yeah, exactly. The message of 0 damage. Aura of Silence? Yes, for sure. All right, attackers, end step. My turn. Untap draw. Thran Quarry seems fine here. Let's go ahead and just go to combat. Let's attack you for 2, because I can. You can't stop me. And then let's just play the Tethered Griffin and ship the turn. You may go. And if they Wrath, we can like Seal of Removal our own Argothian Enchantress, which is pretty sweet. All right, attackers, they don't do anything. What are they trying to do? Leverage a little bit of a Decree for 3? You don't win that race, I know that much. Attack for 5, or sorry, 3, 4. Third time's the charm. You can't shrug, right, yeah, I can't do that. So what would I bounce? Tethered Griffin, probably. Yeah, I think it would be Tethered Griffin. That would be the one I want to put back in my hand. It's just like power and toughness. You've AK'd for 2. How about this damage, though? All right, cool, take it. You may go. You have fetched. You are virtually at 12. Almost kind of like 9 with the Seal of Strength. A little Thoth. Yeah, I'll participate with you. You can have Vengeance versus the World. They take Vengeance. So this is like the big blue-white deck, but they're playing Manlands. I think playing Sabo's Web's better than playing Manlands. Okay, Seal of Fire your face. Seal of Strength to make birds huge because it's funny. And then Seal of Removal, my very own Tethered Griffin. Rip Thran Quarry. All right, no response. Little Fairy Conclave. All right, draw Femeref Enchantress. Let's play Brushland. I don't really want to Replenish yet. What I think I want to do is go, do I want to just cast Replenish? What does that get us? 1, 2, 3 seals and that's it. No, I don't think I do. What I'll do is I'll go Argothian for a green and a colorless. And then I'll play my other Enchantress for a green and a white. And then we will pass. Show me your Wrath of God, opponent. I was kidding. Don't show me your Wrath of God. Damn it. All right, yield through. Tap land. They've got 3 left and they're tapping for, get in the factory. I guess land's a fine draw here. Femeref Enchantress. All right, let's drop that. Let's go. Actually, with 3 in hand, is it Replenish time? No way, no way. The Enchantress, let's go green, white and green. Let's Rancor it for a green. And let's play Tethered Griffin and then pass the turn. I don't know, dude. Here's 5 power. You tell me. Ooh, tough. Tough to see it. All right, land Replenish. Not the greatest, actually. Get him at the Conclave, too. Yeah, I like that. It lets you hold up FOF if you have it. All your permissions still up. Oh, it doesn't let you hold up FOF. I apologize. But that just means they don't have it. And if they don't have it, then you should attack with it. So either way, this race is theirs to win. Untap, draw, Gemstone Mine. I don't know, man. Replenish, white, whatever. What? Hey, I hate this. I hate this stupid bug. Hey, dude, replenish, please. Do you have Counterspell? Oh, another Absorb. Okay, that works. One thing I don't recommend putting in your Landstill deck is 2 copies of Absorb, especially not if you're playing Mishra's Factory in the deck. We want Duress. I wonder if we want E-Plague. Probably not. What is not as good? Seal of Fire's pretty weak. Yeah, let's take out Seal of Fires for Duresses and not be complicated about it. Boop, boop. Let's go. Tethered Griffin was so cool back in the days. Sadly, these days, you almost get a 2/3 flying for 1 mana, no drawback. Oh, you mean contemporary Magic? We don't talk about that here. We don't do that in this studio. Nice, nice. We just be playing the good formats here, which are basically Pauper and Cube. We don't play Cube on the channel, though, because that's like, I don't know how you would even do that. I guess you like Cube off camera, and then you just like do the actual games on camera, but that seems, I don't know who would want to watch that. I'll be on the play. All right, we've got turn 1 bird. We got mana, keep. We got birds, Enchantress. We just need a Rancor, and we're like really humming along. All right, turn 1, bop, you go. A little bit of a land. We're going to STP that bird. We are. All right, we get an Enchantress. Ooh, Brushland even. All right, Enchantress for a green and a white, and you can go. Little island action. 2 STPs. Never lucky. All right, untap, draw, Duress, just on time. All right, let's cast it. Duress you. Counterspell, blah, 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 blah. All types of blahs. Annul's the easiest thing for them to hold up. Wrath of God's kind of a pain in the ass, though. I guess we're taking Wrath. And then here's my Auratog. You may go. Don't know why you're tanking on this. You can't annul those. Draws a land. So they've got Counterspell and Annul wrapped up. Let's make them burn all their interaction right now. Let's go red, seal. If they're not going to annul like my little shitty enchantments, I don't know why they brought it in. That's literally all I have for enchantments. All right, Seal of Cleansing for sure. All right, combat, beat. My poor other Enchantress, the green-white Enchantress, eating a second swords. All right, so they've used Annul. They've played land. So there's 1 mystery card in hand. All right, Tethered Griffin. Let's beat, take it to 16, and let's Sarcomancy for a black. Make zombie, and let's give you a Tethered Griffin. And you probably counterspell this one if I had to take a guess. Yeah, you counterspell the 1 mana 2/3 with flying. I agree. All right, you go. White mana, blue mana. Impulse, main phase. Try to hit land drop. Oh no, Wrath, Aura of Silence. Sure, that's fine. Attackers. All right, Ferngraph off the top would be literally perfect. Replenish is not perfect. Combat, beat, declare blockers. Do I want to push damage right now? I think I do. Although it does make the Mishra's Factory a little more awkward. I guess the Seal of Fire has that wrapped up. Yeah, let's push. All right, damage, take 5. You go. All right, 2 mystery cards plus a decree in hand. Next turn. Something cool they can do here. I don't know if cool is the right word. They can foresee me using Seal of Fire to hit the factory in response to the pump, and they can break it if I attack with the zombie token. Is that okay? I think it has to be. Combat. I need to make him see the line. Opponent's tanking, rightfully so. Oh, we're just cycling decree for 1? That's fine. No response to that. You gonna make a guy? You gonna make a man? You're not gonna make a man. Okay, blockers. Damage. I'm not moving. And then do I play Quarry? I don't think that I do, actually. I think I just pass. The fact they didn't do anything makes me feel like there might be some type of shenaniganery with Wrath of God. And right now, if I draw land, like replenishing the Seal of Fire is currently good enough to kill the opponent. We also have no known information left. They concede. Wow, that's actually shocking. I think they had tools to keep playing that game with. Weird. I don't know why they would concede there. Doesn't matter. They did. And now I have to figure out how I want to approach this on the draw. I almost wonder if I can go down 1 Seal of Removal, bring a Seal of Fire back in. I actually don't hate the Seal of Fire in this matchup now that I've played it. Seal of Strength is definitely a little bit more sus. Maybe Seal of Fire is just better than Seal of Strength. Yeah, I like that. And then Engineer Plague, Planar Void, none of that. Nope, this is all good. We'll submit. All right, this hand contains 1 land, Concordant Crossroads, but no way to cast our Enchantresses. No, we have to mulligan this. Another 1-lander, but this one has multiple copies of birds and an Argothian. What do we do here? Ship. Definitely not Sarcomancy. Maybe just one of the birds. No, I feel like we're going to need those. Yeah, maybe it has to be Sarcomancy. Keep. Pitch Sarco. Done. You're up. Fairy Conclave. Go. All right, Coastal Tower. That's actually better than that. But Brushland, birds, and you go. No swords 1 time. No swords 1 time. No swords 1 time. Slash Gemstone Mine or City of Brass off the top would also be good. All right, they do nothing. I love that. Unstep, my turn. Untap, draw. Concordant Crossroads, Duress you. All right, we've got Absorb, Swords, Aura. I think we need to take Aura, and they really just want to cast Impulse here, which is reasonable. Let's play the birds. They've only got 1 swords, and then pass. Next turn, we can go like Duress into Argothian. I'm fully expecting an Impulse here. All right, which land? Plains, hold up Absorb, I'm sure. Or is it Aura of Silence number 2? It's the second one. Okay, so we know their whole hand. Draw a Petal. Petal is too expensive to play, so what we will do is we will Duress the opponent, because we want the Absorb, I think. Meddling Mage, okay. Actually, we might want the Swords to Plowshares. No, I think we want the STP. My thinking on taking the STP here is I'm about to not make another land drop, and I can't just jam Petal without paying for the Aura of Silence. And maybe that's a fine play, but I think we just need to get Argothian Enchantress into play while we have a chance here. And like if they draw Wrath, we just get got. That's just the way it goes. But now we got 2 1-drops that we can just cast and it'll draw us a card. So there's like a pathway into this game, but it's kind of distant currently. Yeah, if they just top decked Wrath, we're cooked. Yep, you got it. That was pretty bad for us. That's always a bummer. Hate to see it. We're 1-1 with Auratog aggro. Let's get into round number 3. A couple lands, solid. Birds, some Enchantresses. Yeah, we'll keep this. All right, Brushland, green, birdie, go. And we'll just start drawing cards immediately, I guess, unless they swords my birds. Or like Bolt my bird, or Mog Fanatic my bird, any number of things. Let's try and fetch Island Portent. Sleight of Hand, combo deck? Nah, this probably just Grow, right? Can Grow beat this? I guess we're going to find out. Undiscovered Paradise, Argothian Enchantress. Got a foil. Opponent's really waiting on this one. I wonder if they're concerned enough to foil. I mean, if they foil, that saves me tapping the Undiscovered Paradise, and I can just like go for the same play next turn. Because foil's pretty expensive here. There's the foil, pitching a swords too. Okay, go ahead. City of Brass, Quarian Dryad. Yep, here comes the Dryad. Hello, Governor. All right, there's another seal. Argothian for a green and a whatever. All right, Seal of Fire for a red. Draw a card off Argothian. And then let's eliminate that as a threat right now. Pass to you. That foil may have been a little bit ambitious. They lost a lot of cardboard there. AK in your main phase. This feels insanely bad from growth point of view. I agree. All right, land, Femeref Enchant. Well, yeah, Femeref's the one I want to resolve. So let's go white, green, and let's just drop another Seal of Fire for a red, drawing a card off the Argothian, and then we'll just pass. We'll attack for 1 though, or for 0. Sorry, for 0. And they're just passing 5 in hand. They had to pull the trigger on that foil. I'm not actually convinced they had to do that, but they did do that. Let's go for a green and just drop a Seal of Strength. Is that a yes? Is that a no? Can I have this? Am I allowed? Tap for red and a blue. Fire? Kill my Femeref Enchantress? Okay, let's Seal of Fire your dome then and trigger the Femeref Enchantress. All right, now I've got a Seal of Strength. Let's go with a... I guess this doesn't play really well around Fire Ice, but they have already used one. So let's go with another Birds of Paradise. And then let's just jam a Tethered Griffin for a white and pass the turn. Beep. Main phase opt. Yeah, they're just struggling just to find like mana sources here. Yeah, I don't recommend the foil that they cast. Do you end up with days off by filming a bunch in person, content one day, editing it the next, and making 3 videos or so for the week? Not quite. The editing process and everything here is a little bit more involved than that, especially for the paper videos. So I work almost every day. Like these MTGO videos are much easier to edit, but the paper stuff, there's a lot. Just to set up a paper stream takes like 6-7 hours. So it's a lot. Not complaining, just informing. Let's see if we can draw a non-Undiscovered Paradise land. Let's go green, or sorry, black, Sarcomancy. Draw a card off the Argothian, and then Gemstone Mine. Keep playing enchantments. Seal of Cleansing for a colorless and a white. Yield to all. Yeah, I appreciate the daily content. It's been so awesome. So appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Anything else? Like they don't play board wipes. So what if I just like played a Tethered Griffin, right? Another one. Combat, attack you, and you can go. I don't know. Good luck, dude. This is my board. It's just like that for me. One thing, not sure if you can, but being able to watch your actual Twitch streams after you sign off is sort of in my own time. I wish I could, but the way I do these Twitch streams, it's not a great idea for me to have them up and post. Like for instance, the music that I use. So you've got a Tog. I can't figure out if that matters. I don't think it does. No, we'll just go to combat. We'll beep, beep. And then I guess before damage, we'll Seal of Strength one of them. Would you like to take 7? Okay, here comes a Gemstone Mine and a Replenish. Playing around days. Replenish to kill you with 2 Seal of Fires. Yeah, you've got a Gush. Foil. You are not 2. Opt. No problem. All right, we win. Let's go to sideboard. Yeah, the Grow matchup feels like they need a lot to line up really well. Is this just like a Duress for Seal of Strength matchup? I think so. Do I even need to worry about swordsing their threats? It feels like maybe not. It feels like I can just get so muddy it doesn't matter. Submit. Yeah, when I sit here doing these like longer streams, I definitely want to listen to my own tunes. It also helps me, like this is maybe TMI, but I have a vestibular issue, causes me to experience a near constant amount of vertigo, lightheadedness. So like having something else to focus on while I'm doing my thing is like really helpful. Crossroads into a Tog deck, bold move. You know, when you're right, you're right. Take that out. Bring Planar Void in. Figured it out. Resubmit. Good call. Good call, Shorst. I don't know what opponent's thinking about for their sideboarding plan, because like I don't think I'm in their sideboard guide is the thing. I wonder if they're thinking like sometimes these decks play Tranquil Domain. It's not super common though. Come on, opponent, show me your deck. Pull your deck out. What's Doomwake playing? Oh, he's playing Modern. Doomwake just got second at the at an event out on the East Coast in New England, and it was like from what I understand, like a pretty spiky event with Moneyball Black. So that was super cool to hear. We don't have any Enchantresses. You've got like Duress and Sarcomancy. Maybe this hand's too fair. I don't really know. I think we'll just keep on like good mana and hope it works out. I really don't know how I'm supposed to be playing in this deck. Yeah, you may Portent or Sleight of Hand or whatever it is you're about to do. Important. Alrighty. You draw, I draw. Planar Void, that's kind of cool. Do I open on that? Cuts off AKs. Let's just open on Planar Void. I don't know what 2-drop I want to Duress anyway. Here's a Planar Void, dude. Foil this. You know what I should have done? I should have taken my Replenish out if I was bringing a Planar Void in. All right, on tap, draw another Duress. Great. I will Duress you. We've got the Auratog Rancor combo wrapped up right here. No response to the counterspell. Yield to all the Planar Void triggers. Here's a Sarcomancy. You may go. Gemstone Mine, little Toggy Tog, just a Portent. I also have an Atog. My Atog, probably worse than Psychotog, but with the way this deck's constructed, it's pretty cool. Also, if I decide that I need to use the use of my graveyard, I can always like Auratog my Planar Void out, which is really cool. But this means that their AKs are pretty poor. This means a lot of things. They could always like AK and then in response to the AK, but you know, they gotta have it. Here's a Hidden Gibbon. Do I Duress first? I think I Duress first. Because if they counterspell, then they would counterspell the Hidden Gibbons, and that would be kind of lame. Let's see. Annul, counterspell, blar, blar, blar. Let's take out their... What do? Take out Annul and force action with Hidden Gibbons? Or do we just take out their removal and keep playing a game of attrition? Let's take out their removal and keep playing a game of attrition. Combat. I would have counterspelled that Duress, I think. Attack for 2. Damage. Although maybe that doesn't work out super well in their favor. Hey, just played against you with my budget blue-eye control. Sorry for my nuts draw. Hey, it happens, dude. Yeah, your top deck with your Wrath of God top deck was heartbreaking. It hurt my feelings. They can't do anything on unstep. They can opt, I guess. Maybe I play Auratog in an attempt to force the counterspell to weaken the Gemstone Mine. Maybe that's like okay. Yeah, let's like force something here, I guess. Auratog. Not entirely clear how good this play is, but their colored source over there only has so many trigger pulls, and forcing them to use one here feels pretty good. And to be clear, I absolutely think they should counterspell this Auratog. Counterspell for sure. Planar Void, doing Planar Void things. Not even sure if it's good in the matchup, but like certainly makes AK and Psychotog weaker. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, they use opt in their main phase instead of sleight. What's the plan there? Here comes the opt. I have to imagine. Yeah, there goes the opt. There goes the sleight of hand. Kind of a weird way to pace that. Probably just looking for another mana source. Found it. They've got Annul in their hand. Portent. Okay. All right. Your Portent trigger resolves. What do we draw? Another Gemstone Mine. Let's go ahead and jam Rancor on the zombie. Did you find STP? All right. Combat. If they did, they should have STP'd the zombie before the Rancor hit it, because now I get a Rancor back. Gemstone Mine. Do I force it, or do I hold Hidden Gibbons to make something else happen at some point? I think I try to double spell. Yeah, because if I draw an Enchantress, I can also like Enchantress, then draw a card off the Hidden Gibbons. That seems fine. All right, yeah, their Gemstone Mines are like not being super helpful right now to them. Opt's fine. Red, blue, Pyroclasm. Yeah, you got it. There is a Rancor trigger that I want to resolve first, so I'm putting on the stack last. So this goes on the stack, this goes on the stack, Rancor goes on the stack. That matters lots. On tap, take a damage to the Sarcomancy, draw. Seal of Removal. Let's pop it into play and pass. Another Gemstone, sure. My turn. Argothian, please. I take a damage. Yucky. Another Rancor is pretty bad. Let's just pass. At this point, I'll take another Sarcomancy just to stop bleeding out to the one I have. Little Tog, that's fine. Attackers, end step. I will go. On tap, take a damage to Sarcomancy and draw for turn. Tethered Griffin. Don't hate that. Let's play the Tethered Griffin for a white. You have a counter spell. So the last card in their hand is Annul. This happens. I think I'll take the chip damage to the Tog too. Spore Frog, yo, what's up, baby? Good evening, Auratog, man. This is some deep rabbit hole. This deck is sweet. Trust. Yeah, you can attack. They're effectively just chipping in for 1, which is fine with us. This Planar Void makes it really hard for them to develop lethal. However, our Sarcomancy is hurting us right now. Argothian. Cast Argothian for a Gween and 1. All right, Hidden Gibbons. Gimby. Bust your Annul now, but I get to replace my card. All right, there's the Annul. This is fine. And then we just chill, I think. Yeah, we've got Femeref Enchantress. Attackers. I think I'll take 1. If they try to make it even 1 more damage, No, I won't bounce this. I'll bounce it at end step, but I won't bounce it until I've got the Enchantress into play. So, you know. They pitch a Flooded Strand, that's fine. How about the Planar Void trigger? They let it resolve, that was a mistake. All right, 2 damage. Yeah, I got nothing for 2, I'll take it. All right, end step, my turn, on tap. Loses life to the Sarcomancy, not great. There's a Seal of Cleansing, that's so good. All right, let's go Femeref Enchantress. Let's just go ahead and use my life total as a resource, even though I'm going to 5. All right, then we can play, I think we almost wait for Seal of Cleansing, can we? Can we wait for Seal of Cleansing? We can play around days, right? Yeah, let's give it a sec. Let's just give it a second. End step. You can go. Attackers is good. I think I'd actually like to block here. Block with my Enchantress. You want to exile the rest of your graveyard to win the combat? You do. Now I will Seal of Removal the Psychotog. You can absolutely replay it. Other Enchantress is one of my favorite pre-modern decks. This deck's sweet. Unless are you talking about just green-white Enchantress? Are you the bad guy? Here's your Tog again. He's here. That's fine. All right, we take some pain to the Sarco. Ooh, another Sarco. That actually solves our problem temporarily. Let's play it for a black. This particular Enchantress deck, yeah, it's really sweet. All right, make a Zomboid, play Thran Quarry. Let's jam a Bop. And then do we just like Rancor? Or do we just, I think we'd be super duper patient for one turn. Yeah, I think we can play around a bunch if we just be patient for one more turn. Rancor for the birds. Yeah, if I could keep a Gemstone Mine and cast Rancor, I'd totally do it. But I don't think I've got that freedom just yet. Psychotog looking real weak with this Resolve Planar Void. Get in there. Send Tog in. All right, of the blockers I could block with, I think it's just gotta be the birds. Declare blocks, block with the bird. Planar Void eats the bird. Let me talk to you about a bird. All right, you make a red. What are we taking out here? My zombie token? Yeah, 2 damage to the zombie token makes sense. All right, on tap, go to 1. And then let's go with a seal. White mana. Galax says, hello, so glad to finally catch you on Twitch. Discovered you on YouTube not too long ago. Thank you for introducing me to Premodern. You're so welcome. I'm super stoked you're enjoying it. All right, we need to deal with both of these Sarcomancies, which is sus, but we get to draw a bunch of cards while we're at it. So let's Seal of Cleansing. Yeah, Paladin, this is a spicy one for sure. Seal of Fire for sure. Stack these triggers. Tethered Griffin. Undiscovered Paradise. Let's drop a Seal of Fire. Trigger the Argothian. Trigger the Fern Graph after I sack it, which I believe I will do by shooting them. Another Fern Graph. Okay, yeah, I think we're dead in the water now. Yeah, we're just dead to our own Sarcomancy, so we're going to game number 3. Where I think I'm actually fine with the way I sideboarded. This seems like pretty good to me. I think I'll actually lose the Replenish. I was actually kind of happy with how Planar Void was functioning. Submit. Okie dokie, we're on the play. This hand functions and we've got stuff I'm keeping. Who is this, Digitalism? No, this is Night Drive. They mulligan to 4. Okay, cool. Thank you, opponent. Well, if they're on 4, that almost makes me want to lead on birds just to Plowshares check them. That way I can go, yeah, I think we're going to do that. City of Brass, Birds of Paradise. And we will swords check them. Even if they have the swords, they go down to 3 in hand. Portent, Slight, Opt, Portent, for sure. All right, you draw, I draw. Another seal. Let's go Gemstone Mine. Let's play the Enchantress for a white and a green. And let's play Seal for a red and pass. Flooded, pass. Great, 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 great. My turn. Untap, draw Thran Quarry. Play Thran Quarry, jam Seal, and then jam Planar Void. All right, combat. Beep, beep with the Enchantress. We got a couple of redraws stacked up here. They double as shocks. Makes Quarry and Dryad not a really effective threat. Also, the Planar Void makes the Seal Fire have a weird amount of text against Psychotog as well. They act like Mind Rots almost. Almost, not quite. Portent for sure. All right, Planar Void does Planar Void things. And they're just passing. All right, cool. Let the 19-turn clock commence. Untap, you draw off Portent. Me for turn. Sarco, very nice. Go to combat. Beep, beep for 1. And then let's just drop Sarcomancy now. Make a 2/2 and pass to you. All right, you fetch, goes bye-bye to the Planar Void. Something they could have done was fetch in response to the Planar Void. It's not much, but it's +1 power for Psychotog because the Planar Void doesn't exile graveyards when it comes into play. It's like pretty meaningful. Oh no, I was yielded through turn. Shit, I shouldn't have hit yield. Well, now I don't have redraws. That's pretty sad. Note to Adrian, don't do that. Yield through turn. I can yield here because there's nothing to hold up. All right, combat, attack. That was a punt. Someone put a punt in the punt counter. Gemstone Mine, go. Pass the turn to me. Untap, draw. Combat, 2. Beep, beep. End step. I'm not even going to play the Tethered Griffin out yet. I want to see if I can set up like a double spell. I think they might counterspell a Tethered Griffin. White swords. This is fine. This clock really isn't fast enough for me to sweat it too much. I'll lose a life to the Sarcomancy. Thran Quarry. Well, I guess we're not playing anything. I'm going to keep chilling. And maybe that's not quite the play I should be making here, but it's something I want to try out because they seem to be a little bit resource light as far as their mana goes. So if I can draw like an Enchantress and then like overload the stack to try to force one through, that seems pretty good. All right, Sarcomancy deals a damage. Draw a Seal of Fire. Let's keep chilling. Let's just like stockpile some resources. They're down at 13, so with these seals, it's like an effective, 7? Portent, yeah, we don't really mind that. That's fine. That was a brutal F6 punish. You hate to see it. Thankfully, this Planar Void is like making it so a Tog coming down doesn't really like end our whole career, which is kind of a big deal. Gemstone Mine, do we play that? Armageddon's a factor too. I think I'll just pass. Like the reason I'm not playing the birds, by the way, I didn't say it out loud. Fire Ice. I don't want to get both of my birds fire iced or fired. The fire side of Fire Ice. All right, they're at 12, effectively 6. There's their first colored source. Any strategy to win besides doing nothing and letting control draw all? This guy, buddy. If you like, word it nice or don't talk. Dryad's good. Attackers. So we could ping this Dryad here. I'm going to give myself one more chance to draw the Fern Graph. The green-white Enchantress is what I'll be calling it. Hidden Gibbons. That's actually a good lead off here. Okay, let's play the Hidden Gibbons. This certainly should pull some type of interaction, but then I can like fire my first seal to see if I can get them to pull another trigger. They don't. That's kind of a big deal here. I think now that we have the Hidden Gibbons, we can start to like force other things through. Let's tap for a white, tap for 2, counterspell, Seal of Fire, Quarian Dryad. All right, that works fine. Counterspell on the Tethered Griffin, but we get a Hidden Gibbons to stand up, which is pretty sweet. There's a little win con for us. And then I think we're still going to sandbag the Seal of Fire, this one copy. I'm not super interested in like, I don't want to draw into Argothian and have it resolve and have nowhere to go from there. Same deal with the lands. Not super interested in like, I guess Armageddon might not be something they're super interested in, but I don't have a mana sink right now, and I can just drop my 5th land and like go Enchantress, 1-drop, 1-drop or whatever, and that seems fine to me. So we're just going to pass. I'm still kicking myself for that F6, letting that Swords resolve without those seals getting popped. I wonder if it like long term ends up being okay for me. I don't really know. It happens. It does. It still stings. It still stings. I think that's my biology's way of like reminding me, don't do that, dude. Get your hand off that F6 button when you have a thing that could happen. Because it's so easy to just click it and have everything be okay. Gush is good, yeah. My old vintage heart says side Chalice against this deck. Yes. I mean, Chalice would be good against both of our decks, actually. Chalice on 1 would be crazy. Toggy Tog is okay. I can't really interact with it. What I can do is poke and prod at your Tog and force you to lose equity. But I do eventually need to find a way around this Sarcomancy. On tap, Sarcomancy, ping. I draw a card. Seal of Strength. Not bad. I think... Do we like pop the Seal of Strength into play just to see what they do? I just admiring the mana curve of 1. Yeah, we've got 1-drops. Full stop. All right. Well, I guess like if they attack with the Tog, I can force like a huge exchange. End step. I wonder what the over under is on sealing this Tog. I think I can wait a turn because this Tog, like unless they find swords, can't really safely attack. They've used 2 swords so far. They're gonna fetch, make a green and a blue. Oh, they're not fetching. They're cracking their Gemstone Mine. This is fine. You have a Quarian Dryad. Attackers, get him a Tog. I picked that fight. All right, end step. My turn. Trigger that Sarcomancy. Okay, we're drawing like way too many lands, unfortunately. There's 19 in the deck for a reason. We're finding them though. All right, we have to play Seal now. We're priced into it. I guess we'll use the bird. No, we won't use the birds. We'll just use this land. All right, then we will ship the turn. We're still just like hanging out. The second they move, we crack one of our seals on the Quarian Dryad. Our deck is still full, like chock full of Enchantress effects. All right, here comes the swords. All right, Seal of Fire, your Quarian Dryad. All right, no response. And then where is that swords going on our Hidden Gibbons? Yeah, we'll go up to 19. All right, continue. Why not attack? I don't want to pick the fight offensively. On their turn, the Planar Void's not a perfect defense because you see how it adds a trigger to the stack. If they're in combat, they can start to do things, and then with the Planar Void trigger on the stack, start activating Psychotog, right? Like in response to it being ripped out of the graveyard. So they had 6 in hand. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half. That's 10 and a half points of damage equity that they could just like convert whenever they want. I'm not going to offer that fight until I'm kind of ready for it. I'm under Sarcomancy. My life total is like actually under some amount of pressure right now. White mana, red mana, fetch. Then they could like right now, what I would do if I were them is like pump that Tog up. Yep, they just did it. So now what I can do here is Seal of Fire the Tog to force a discard. I think that I actually might do that here. No, I think it's fine. Pyroclasm, Seal of Strength, my Birds of Paradise. Pyroclasm resolves. Attackers, you could. I really, really wouldn't. Now the big question here is, am I Seal of Firing now? I could. That would force them to pitch 2 cards. I kind of like that. All right, Seal of Fire the Tog. That's a dead Tog. We have beaten a Psychotog. Sarcomancy does its thing. I draw, man, these lands. I guess we're playing one and we'll ship the turn. At this point, if they're going to use Fire Ice, I actually want them to use it on my bird. So I actually am just going to play birds. Go. They pass. We take a damage off Sarcomancy. The onus is on us to do something. We definitely have a Sarcomancy just bleeding us dry right now. Tog again. Engineer Plague for sure. We've got some dead birds and a disappearing Thran Quarry. All right, Sarcomancy does Sarcomancy things. There's a bird that I can't play. Here's a Gemstone Mine. Go. On the bright side, that Engineered Plague almost certainly wants to name like Druid or whatever Argothian Enchantress is. Rancor for sure, deck. Tap for 2. Disenchant my Planar Void for sure. AK, Ice. Okay. I would have kept Fire Ice in hand unless their hand's like literally 4 counter spells. then I guess it doesn't matter too much. Toggy Tog. Toggy Tog. All right, lose a life to the Sarco. Draw Seal of Fire. Do we play Seal of Fire? No. I think we're dead, but I think our out here is to like, they somehow have nothing, right? And then we draw Argothian and chain it with Seal of Fire, or draw Ferngraph, chain it with Seal of Fire. All right, gosh, 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're dead here. We are actually officially dead now. We're not dead. We're going to go to 1 life, but then even if we draw away out of the Sarcomancy, the Tog's still in play. Rip. Oh, I should have seen the last 2 cards in my deck. I should have checked to see if my F6 letting my Ferngraph, my green-white Enchantress die actually cost us the game. I think that matchup is probably quite good for us. It felt like they were struggling most of the time, and then I drew over half of my mana base, which that'll happen. It's part of the game. All right, we are on the play for round number 4. We are 2-1, 1-2. So we're looking for a 3-2 here. I'll take the play. This hand contains a turn 1 Argothian Enchantress into stuff. I'm keeping it every time. All right, Thran Quarry, Lotus Petal, Argothian. Don't foil this. It'll be real bad for me. All right, go. Don't Innocent Blood me. That'll also kill me. I love how this 1 of Lotus Petal keeps showing up. That is a black source. Do not cast it. Don't do it. Okay, Duress is fine. Probably take like Sarcomancy so I don't like beat you down. I wonder if next turn I just have to play birds. That way I can like bolster my Thran Quarry a little bit. Be a little bit resilient to Edict. Ooh, everything's fine. Okay, let's play Sarcomancy for a black. Tough luck on that one. Never seen you play Enchantress before. What are the win cons? This is, you're looking at all of them. The win cons are dudes. All right, Sarcomancy. This is not normal Enchantress. Enchantress is a totally different deck. This is a deck that has like enchantments and enchantresses, but it's not the deck people are talking about when they say, oh, I'm playing Enchantress. Ooh, I keep drawing the Replenish. I don't know if, I think I've resolved it once. Attack you for 1. It's turn 2 and I have 8 rectangles, so that's pretty cool. It's a bummer to see that Rancor go, because we can do some messed up stuff with Auratog and Rancor. Therapy, yeah, what do we hit? Birds? I think that's the only thing they know about. If they name Auratog, it's birds. Confirmed, not non-sniper. Furnace. Pretty good one. So this Replenish is effectively dead. Do we get an enchantment? We don't, but we get Auratog. So we'll play the Auratog for a white and a whatever. We'll go to combat. We'll beep in there for both of them because I have no fear, and my 0/1 is strong. Winning geometry. Turn 2 with 8 rectangles. Yep. All right, you can go, opponent. You got my petal. My best top deck, I think, for the rest of the game is probably Rancor. Plain. So this is black-white. Dead guy usually doesn't play therapy. So is it black-white control? Untap, draw. Birds of Paradise is not a great top deck here. Let's go to combat and send with these 2. Beep, beep. And then let's just chill. Yeah, if you've eaten the bottom. Cycle Decree for 0, or is this a Skeletal Scrying for 2? Scry for 2, got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rancor would be lethal, although 0 chance they don't have swords. Swamp. Oh, Verdict, gross. Well, at least both these cards are like somewhat dead. There's that. Attackers, enchantment off the top. Let's go. Watch this be a land. Gross. All right, combat. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we're clocking. And here's a reflecting pool. You can go. How many enchantments did I draw? 3? 3 in the top 13 cards. I'm due for more than that with 22 enchantments in my deck, right? No white sources allowed. No, I said no white sources allowed. Wrath of God is banned. Hate it. All right, activate Auratog. Sack Sarcomancy. When does it matter? Like sometimes, so maybe someone knows this who's watching right now. When does it matter? Like I know when you would want to order your graveyard, but MTGO seems to like at random ask me, how would you like your graveyard cards ordered? Sometimes I'll be putting like a few in and it'll just order it however it feels like. And sometimes it'll ask me how I want them ordered. And it's very confusing. Oh, no, I'm come on, Paladin. You've been watching me for how long? I know how, I know that it matters. Graveyard order matters. I'm asking about how does MTGO choose when to ask me? Seal of Strength. Okay. I think I'm not going to bang my head against a wall right now. There's a Dust Bowl, which is super good against us. I think this is another one of those Duress for Seal of Strength matchups. Oh no, Paladin, you're good. You don't have to be sorry. Yeah, Seal of Strength gone, Duress in. Let's go enchantments. There we go. That does make sense. Yeah, when there's something that's tracking the graveyard, it'll tell me. Got it. I was never sure because it seems like it's kind of at random the way cards go. I wonder if Planar Void's good here. Is there anything else I don't want? No, I think this is fine. All right. Game 2 on a bit of a losing streak. Let's see if we can keep a hand. This hand's actually kind of cool. It doesn't have any Enchantress things going on, though. I'm just like putting power into playing, hoping it's enough. Is that a winning strategy? These Thran Quarries also scare the shit out of me because they have so much removal. I think we can look for an Enchantress. There's a Femeref Enchantress that I can open up on a Duress with. Who's the bad card? Is it just Rancor? Let's keep, pitch the Rancor. Done. Opponent's mulligan into 5. I like that. All right, let's Duress you. What'd you keep? Seal of Cleansing plus Crypt. You can have Crypt, and you can go. Swamp, Crypt, 1 mystery card in hand. All right, let's get an Enchantress going. White and green, and then you can go. Caves, okay, so their hand is the same mystery card from before with Secluded Steppe and Swamp. Let's go to combat and beat for 1. And then let's go Sarcomancy for a black. I'm actually going to hold the Seal of Fire for a moment. Make a zombie, and let's just put Clock into play. Here is a Tethered Griffin. You can go. Cycle Secluded Steppe for a life, yeah. I'm a little bit weirded out by the cycle of Secluded Steppe. I think Wrath of God's a big part of how they play this game. Losing double white seems a little bit sketchy, but maybe they just assume they'll draw it, or maybe they've got an Eternal Dragon. Vindicate my Femeref Enchantress. No response. All right, my turn. Untap. Draw. Seal of Strength. Cool. Combat. Attack with all creatures. Those are not the decks we're currently playing. I had it pinned earlier, but I think that sense expired. All right, lands are not flowing because they only flow when we don't want them to. Here's my Femeref Enchantress. Hopefully their mulligan denies them the ability to remove it, and we can start to use our seals to just race. That'd be the ideal. Cycle Eternal Dragon. Cool, cool. Please don't have swords. Or seal. Don't beat up my Tethered Griffin. Although I guess if they do, I get to draw a card off the Enchantress. Let's go Seal of Fire first, I guess. You know what? If they kill, let's think here. Seal of Strength is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seal of Fire is 6. I guess I'd rather hide the Seal of Fire. But then I can crack the Seal of Strength straight away. I don't think it makes a big difference. I'm going to play the Seal of Strength. Combat, full send. And I think the creature I'm the most willing to let go is this, so I'll pump the Tethered Griffin. That way if they use the swords to deny the damage, I'm left with my 2 best creatures. All right, damage. Oh, that worked. All right, Thran Quarry, Seal of Fire for a red. And then you can go. Please don't Wrath of God me. Another cycle of an Eternal Dragon. Skeletal for 1 for sure. That's good. No Wraths. Wrath is banned. Oh, they're doing nothing. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. Untap, draw, play a Reflecting Pool, go to combat. I mean, I'm full sending it. Beat. Decree, no response. So they make 2 dudes and they take 2 in the air and then get sealed to death. Yeah, this is fine. All right, would you like 2 to blocks? Want to concede before I shoot you with this? Yeah, you do. All right, game 3. That got scary for a second, but we were able to kind of sort it out. Planar Void, I think, is still like solid, but maybe it's not enough aggression. Maybe this is just fine. Yeah, maybe this config is just where we want to be. Submit. All right, we've got a hand that develops good mana. Hidden Gibbons not as strong in this control matchup as it is in some others, but I think I'll keep this. Obviously, we would rather open on an Enchantress, but have faith in your deck. There's 8 of them in there. This Duress might just hit my Duress. Oh, they don't Duress. Weird. Let's go with a Brushland. I'm just going to play do I play Crossroads or Hidden Gibbons? I don't think they're going to be casting any instants or sorceries. I guess we still cast it and pass. What if they Gerard's Verdict us? What do we pitch? Crossroads Seal, but it's just a swamp. All right, on tap, draw, Sarcomancy. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go Gemstone Mine. We'll tap for a green. We'll play Concordant Crossroads. Yeah, STP, Skeletal Scrying, sometimes Smother. And then we will tap for a green, Birds of Paradise. Tap for a black, Sarcomancy. Trigger Sarcomancy, make dude, go to combat. Attack, you may go. Cycle E-Dragon, you got it. But yeah, I could see an argument for like maybe Hidden Gibbons out instead of like a Seal of Strength could be better. Mainboard Disenchant, which I do think is contained. Usually this deck plays like 2 copies of Mainboard Disenchant. They Vindicate Crossroads. I think that was the worst thing I had in play. Okay, Gemstone Mine. Let's play Duress. Let's just Duress them now. What do you have? What are your secrets? Double Decree. I think we need to take one of their decrees, if I'm being honest. Take a decree. It's going to be hard enough to overcome one of them. And then the Plains was also known. So it's Scrying, Decree, Caves. Let's play Planar Void now. So their Scrying doesn't get any better. And let's go to combat. Beep in there for 2. And we'll hold the Seal of Cleansing in case we draw an Enchantress effect. There's a Caves. Migo. Femeref Enchantress. All right, let's jam it for a white and a green. Oh, that was bad sequencing. I should have actually played the Seal first. Although they'll wake up the Gibbons if they interact here. Combat. Attack for 2. And pass to you. Second Caves. Attackers. End step. My turn. What's the top deck? Thran Quarry. Let's go to combat. I'm just going to get in there with my 2/2. Beep. If they want to like trade 2 1/1s for my 2/2, that is A-okay. All right. Blockies. Happily, I will take this trade. Damages, and then we're going to Seal of Cleansing my own Sarcomancy, which is going to let me draw a card off the Enchantress. Ooh, Rancor. All right, Auratog off the top, please. Argothian Enchantress is kind of neat. I really don't want to get got by Wrath of God. Like, I can follow up a Wrath of God with Thran Quarry, Argothian, and that feels reasonable. So maybe I just pass. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be chill. All right, Wrath is banned. Remember that, opponent. Duress, boo this man. I hate it. I needed that Rancor to do stuff to you. Question, does Rancor get hit by Void? They're all triggers. So if Rancor goes to the graveyard, you can stack your triggers to buy back the Rancor before it gets exiled to the Void. All right, untap, draw, City of Brass. Okay, I like that one. Do we attack? Can we beat a third decree? I don't think we can anyway. Show me another decree. And then we pass. Yeah, Dust Bowl's bad. They're not using it though. Attackers, end step, my go. Seal, please. Another Femeref Enchantress. That doesn't do it for us. Go to combat. Attack. All right, 1 point of damage. I'll take it. Go ahead. Really surprised they're not Dust Bowling us since they're making their land drops. Surely they have to at some point. Seal of Cleansing? Sure. If they pop that Seal of Cleansing, I get to draw a card, which is kind of neat. End step. My turn. Another Argothian. Brutal. Combat. Attack for 1. We still know about the skeletal scrying. Let's go Argothian for a green and a colorless. Ferngraph. What I meant to cast was the Ferngraph. That was silly. I kind of like numb-brained my way into that play, huh? Yeah, let's jam the Ferngraph as well. Green, white. They should pop the seal now if they know how Ferngraph works. Because when they pop that seal, I'll get to draw a card. But I guess if I draw an enchantment, then my Argothians look pretty good. All right, so I'm going to draw 2 now off the 1 Ferngraph that I have. Drew another land, not great. Draw birds. Play a City of Brass and cross my fingers that they don't like draw Wrath of God. How sick would it be if they drew another Skeletal Scrying and they scryinged for 1 with the Planar Void trigger on this deck? That would have been so sick. 4 in hand, show me that Wrath. Ivory Tower, that's eventually could be a good one. I'm yielding. I can't stop it if you have a Wrath. It just works. If you were to get some decks to play with friends or some cheap ones that I could get for alt arts and stuff, I think you mentioned Sly and Broccoli Soup ones. Those are both very cheap decks relative to the rest of the format, obviously. Oh, are we doing some Dust Bowling? I like it. I like that that's not exactly a Wrath of God. Enchantment, please. Literally any enchantment, please. You're not an enchantment. All right, combat, attack for 1, 2, damage. And here comes a Tethered Griffin. And you may go. Goblins is actually, yeah, if you get the cheapest printings, Goblins is super cheap. Also, you can make some concessions. Like, you don't need to play, like, Port's good, but it's not absolutely mandatory. All right, Tower does its thing. I can yield because I've got no actions that I can take here. I'm at the mercy of their Wrath of God. Dead Guy L, super fun. I think it's way worse position in the format than people initially thought it was. Is this just a hard cast decree or is this a Chroma's Vengeance? Oh, it's a hard cast Eternal Dragon. Okay, that's fine. Seal of Cleansing's also fine. It doesn't play nice with my Enchantress. Enchantment, please. Deck. There are so many enchantments in this deck. Why don't I draw them? Okay, I guess we keep holding out. It's not like they're drawing cards or anything right now. So we'll just pass. Our deck's like full of Sealifiers and stuff too. So if we like draw into 1, the chance that we just pop off is kind of high. They also can't attack us until they like Wrath of God. And once they do, they lose their Eternal Dragon. Yeah, Shrimp is expensive. All right, Enchantress's presence. Our Ferngraph Enchantress goes away. That means we're not getting Wrath of Godded. We take those off the top deck. You've had so many chances to do this. Do I Auratog, sacrifice Planar Void, try to keep going? No, because then I lose the Griffin. I think we're shipping it. Yeah, they should be popping lands. Actually, because of that, I should be playing this birds. If they draw Wrath, I feel like I'm dead anyway. So we should probably get more resilient mana sources into play. Yeah, they should have popped a land there, I think. We're just at the mercy of their top decks. Although they're kind of at the mercy of ours. Although I've got this sickening feeling that this top card isn't an enchantment. Yeah, I figured. Do I keep waiting? Yeah, I just play Undiscovered Paradise. I think once I draw an enchantment, then I can keep the Tethered Griffin around by sacrificing the Planar Void, and I can try to start a chain where I just like try to dig up a bunch of copies of Seal of Fire. But until then, I'm just chilling. The lands aren't killing them, so they want their mana for dragon things. Well, the dragon doesn't do anything, right? Like they can't like cycle and buy the dragon and shit. I guess in their upkeep, they can cycle it and buy it in response to the trigger. That is a line they could actually take. Untap, draw, City of Brass. We were giving them way too many top decks. Was that 5 in a row, not an enchantment? A little bit over a third of the deck is enchantments, although it's probably exactly a third post board because I did bring in some Duresses. I think I might just have to go for it next turn, like play Auratog, try to start doing things. All right, next turn. Okay, we'll Duress. Big Decree takes over the game in a big way. Yep. We've already dealt with 2, but they're like halfway through their deck now. So the chance they find another one's like not 0. Here it is. All right, you can Decree. All right, what's in your hand? Ivory Tower and Skeletal Scrying. Well, we don't care about the Scrying. We could eventually, because they can seal Cleansing the Void, but then I draw a bunch of cards. I guess we'll just take the tower. I need to keep them in range, I guess. And then I feel like I should just put the Auratog into play because it blocks one of the tokens. And then we hope that we draw one of the enchantments we put in our deck. How many have we drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 15 to draw into. Is STP on Griffin the scariest thing? No, the scariest thing is just Wrath of God. Attackers, like they can't really get in with their ground attackers. Oh, they don't get in at all. Okay. Enchantment off the top. I'm going to have a panic attack. All right, it's time. We have to go. We got to go. We're giving them too much time. Green, white, Ferngraph. All right, activate Auratog, Sayonara Griffin. It was good to see you. Seriously? Still? God. Okay, cool. I was not chosen. Pass. This is brutal, you guys. This hurts. This hurts my feelings. All right, they're a turn away from starting to gain life off the tower too. Yeah, it feels like math is working like super hard against us right now. Gerard's verdict? Yeah, we'll pitch land, gain your life. That's fine. Any order. 1, 2, 3, Aura of Silence. That's also fine. Like fine's a strong word, but it's like we can cast our enchantment still. Okay, we take the pain. All right, neat. Now I just want to see how many turns we can go before drawing an enchantment. I think we're just dead. Can someone do the math? How many times did I miss there? I gotta know. This dragon is kicking our teeth into. We kind of have to block. No thanks. Sarcomancy. Let's go black. 1, 2, 3. Sarcomancy. Ooh, I tapped too many. Wait, let's not mess that up. On tap 1. Sarcomancy. Trigger Argothian. Probably should have just played another Argothian first, huh? Sarcomancy comes in, makes me a dude. Auratog, sacrifice the Sarcomancy. Draw 2 more. Okay, there's a seal. Yeah, I think we just got to keep going. Argothian Enchantress for a green and a colorless. Let's drop another Undiscovered Paradise. Play a Seal of Fire for red. Can we just take 5 from this thing? Red, whatever. All right, draw a bunch of cards. Neat. This attack's like pretty good still, right? Get in with this dude right here. I've seen versions without Sarcomancy and I like that more. I wonder how I think you need the clock. I don't see how you come out ahead there. I'd be interested to see it though. This is my first league playing the deck, so like everything's purely just me riffing. I don't think we can do anything to continue, so we're just gonna chill now. Go ahead. I don't know if I need more space for seals. I'm like maxed out on like 3 of them. Yeah, you've dust bowled me. I think they should have been doing this like much earlier, unless, of course, an explanation could be that the decree was in their hand like the whole time. That'd be a pretty good reason to do it the way they're doing it. All right, so now they skeletal scrying down to 11, down to 8 even. So 3 Seal of Fires for the win. Not really, because they've got a fucking ivory tower. There's only 19 lands. We can't cut no lands. You crazy. All right, I'm taking 5. This is, I functionally don't know anything in their hand. Is this a Wrath? Another Eternal Dragon for sure. End step. Let's just go to our turn. Here come my Undiscovered Paradises. Ooh, Seal of Removal. Let's go Thran Quarry. Let's open up on drawing as many cards as we can. So let's Seal of Fire their Dome. There's a Rancor. Do they have STP? Although we can't really combo kill them, right? I guess we should get Seal into play. And I don't think we can afford to play the Argothian. I think we're just too short on mana. Let's go green and no, colorless blue. Play Seal of Removal. There's another Auratog, another Sarcomancy. Do we Rancor up this Auratog? I think we must. Yeah, I think we're Rancoring up the Auratog. It's not great. I'm in a really bad pinch here because one of these dragons deals 5. And if they have a removal for the birds, my Seal of Removal is not good enough to stop lethal. But to cast the Sarcomancy, I have to either tap City of Brass to lose a life or tap my birds. So it's like a really weird, funny little spot we're in here. Just top deck overrun. True. Yeah, I think we do need to get the Rancor going, though. It's like not getting better for me, right? Yeah, Rancor the Auratog. We will... Maybe we wait till next turn. Maybe we just like drop our Argothian Enchantress. You know, I kind of like that play better. What's going on, Bobby? How you doing? I almost like dropping the Argothian better. I think I need to be brave. Rancor, Auratog, color this green. Trigger Argothians. Yield to all. All right, we drew a Seal of Cleansing. We can't really attack yet. So I'm just going to hang out having this Auratog with a Rancor on it. It does. We're going to try to Seal of Cleansing next turn, see if that gets us anywhere. All right, we're going to pitch Brushland, Undiscovered Paradise. All right, opponent, show me the light. You gain a bunch of life. No STPs allowed. Although I could have played around the STP here, right? I just tap the bird, stay at 6. Declare attackers. All right, go to blocks, block bird here, and then Seal of Removal, the Eternal Dragon. Draw a couple off some Femeref Enchantresses. Land. Big Dragon. Protect your life total. I like it. End step. All right, it's like now or never, I guess. On tap, draw. Duress. We can open there for sure. Let's go Thran Quarry, black, Duress, you. Just lands. Okay. So what's it going to cost us to get rid of this Aura of Silence? 5? Yeah, that's almost not even an option. I think we're just hard locked out. Let's play Gemstone Mine because this game's not going another 3 turns. Aura is so good against this deck. I wonder if the sideboard should contain, because of how good Aura is, I wonder if you should like be really weird and just like play some number of like actual naturalize effects or like a Wax Wane or something. I don't know. That's something to think about because Aura of Silence is super effective here. The 3/2, we get in with everything. They've got infinite good blocks. I can only play 2 more spells this turn. If I have 5 mana Seal of Cleansing, that doesn't actually do anything. I mean, so we're dead. So am I actually dead though? Can I like draw another Tethered Griffin and like continue for a little bit longer? Let's find out. Let's play, let's draw some cards. Sack the Rancor. Do you play STP in the sideboard? Okay, Lotus Petal doesn't do anything. I drew a Rancor. Do we have another Tethered Griffin to draw into? Am I playing around Ghosts right now? There's one in the graveyard. Yeah, there's another one to draw into. So let's go ahead and draw some more things. 1, 2, 3 gives me a, yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. What do I want to play here? Is it Sarcomancy just for more mass in play? Yeah, Sarcomancy for a black, colorless, draw cards, do thing. There's a Seal of Fire. Sarcomancy makes dude. Sack the Sarcomancy to Auratog. Tethered Griffin, where are you? We get like one more try to find another. No, we don't even get another try to find the Tethered Griffin, right? So from here, like we could Rancor. No, I think we're out. I think we're out now. We needed to find it within those cards. I think we Rancor the Tethered Griffin, or we Rancor the Auratog. It's got 7 points, and they can just block with a bunch of soldiers, and they're good to go. I guess we can make them show us they know to do that. All right, let's Rancor up this Auratog. Have we played land yet? No, that doesn't even work. Rats. Yeah, I'm looking as hard as I can. We can't get it. I am interested. Was Tethered Griffin my next card? Was it the next card after that? Am I playing around Ghosts? Does our deck still contain the card Tethered Griffin? Tethered Griffin was at the bottom card, or is it just like not in my deck anymore? Oh no, I can't draw cards anymore. Well, it was in the bottom 3 cards of our deck, which is really sad. Let's hop into round 4 and see if we can salvage a 2/3 with this deck. This deck's really sweet. I think this deck's actually, you have to like work on it. It's kind of hard to play. Rico Decker, doesn't Seal of Cleansing cost 4 to play and break the Aura of Silence? Oh, it does. It's not +3. It's plus. The Aura of Silence isn't defense grid. So what is that? Oh, I wish we could go back and look at the board and see like if we could have broken it. How much could we have done? Oh man, editing that's going to be a nightmare because like now that I'm thinking about it, if it costs 4, I would have been left over with 3 mana, and then I could have like how big could Auratog have reasonably gotten, and I could have drawn through my entire deck. Although if like the Tethered Griffin was the second Tethered Griffin was the bottom card, I'm dead anyway, right? I wonder if this deck wants like 2 Seal of Removals. I guess in that like +1 for Seal of Removal for that specific spot. It's be 6 mana. Oh, that's right. No, it's not 6 mana. It's just 4. It's just 4 to play it, right? Because the Seal's not Gloom. It doesn't cause you to have to no, you're thinking of Gloom. The Aura of Silence doesn't cause it to be more expensive to activate. All right, I will be on the play. Let's see if we can get 50 play points back. We've got an Argothian Enchantress, and I think we're keeping. We've got lots of enchantments. I think I'm still going to open up on Sarcomancy just to get like some power into play, because I think we are an aggro deck at the end of the day. But yeah, I wonder if we could have won if we played Seal. Because I was also thinking like Gloom, defense grid, it costs 3 more. It didn't. It costs 2 more. That was a good catch. Seal of Fire, this is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it exists. All right, I'll take a point, and I will play Argothian. Or his other thing is to sack to destroy enchantments or artifacts. Yes, it's a Seal of Cleansing once it's in play. Yeah, exactly. Factory. So maybe this is just Ponza. Curse Scroll. We don't care about that. I mean, we eventually do, but we don't care about that yet, is what I should say. All right, take a pain off the Sarcomancy. Draw Seal of Fire. Let's see if we can draw into a land. Let's go Seal of Fire for a red. No land yet. Let's play Seal of Removal for a blue. No land yet, but we get a couple more tries at it. So we're just going to ship the turn. Attackers. I don't think we can afford to just take 2, so I'll Seal of Fire the Jackal Pup. It's a bummer that the other Enchantress isn't around to see it, but we're at 15 already. And the Sarcomancy is taxing the hell out of us. Okay, so we have to play the Femeref Enchantress. I guess that doesn't make sense with Seal of Removal. No, we have to like play Seal of Strength and see if we draw a land. Auratog. Our land was far too deep into our deck. We have to pass. I wonder if they'll take their free spin of Curse Scroll or their hand has like, it contains bolts and stuff. Free spin. Watch my life go to 11 right now. Ooh, it doesn't. But they have a Ball Lightning in hand, it looks like. Thank goodness for Seal of Removal. Okay, you're going to Ball Lightning? I'll Seal of Removal it. Ooh, Mishra's Factory. Do I just take 2 off the factory? I think I must. When they have a Ball Lightning in hand, I don't think I can willy-nilly just pop my Seal of Removal. So this isn't Ponza, this is proper Sly. But with factories in it for some reason, Goblin Cadets is fine. Their Curse Scroll is getting better. My Sarcomancy is still bleeding me dry. We found a Gemstone Mine. That's actually pretty good. How far are we from the combo kill? I've got Auratog and Rancor. Let's get weird. Auratog for a white and a whatever. White and a whatever. Yield to all. Let's Rancor it right now. Should I Rancor it right now? I wonder if it's better next turn. I need to do some pre-counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I'll crack this to itself. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trample damage. So it doesn't make a difference which order I do this in. Yeah, we'll Rancor the Auratog now. Green. Gets us a draw. All right, we pass. 1, 2, 3, Ball Lightning for sure. Activate the factory for sure. So I guess this stops me from outright at least coming close to killing them, but this isn't actually that good. We can just, declare blocks on the Mishra's Factory, and then Seal of Removal the Ball Lightning, and then use Auratog to sacrifice Sarcomancy. All right, damage. All right, City of Brass. This is going to be painful to do. Maybe we don't have to play the City of Brass. Maybe we can, or maybe we don't even go for the full combo here. It feels like I'm losing time though. What if I just got the Enchantress into play first? Enchantress, white, green, go to 8, double Fire Blast kills me. And then I guess I can't attack with the Auratog, play City of Brass. I feel like a practiced player could find a way to win like next turn, but I simply can't get hit by Ball Lightning. So I have to like pump this Auratog up to infinite size. So for now, we're just passing. You know, it's kind of funny. It's not even good enough. I should have played out Hidden Gibbons. That would have put me in a spot where I could do the thing. Attackers. Our Auratog's currently a 3/2. It could become it trades. Go to blocks. Can I not block? No, I can't take that much life, right? Yeah, I have to block. Block, activate Auratog, sacrifice Rancor, draw a card off the Femeref Enchantress, draw a card, Tethered Griffin, get Rancor back, pump the Auratog. Oh, wait, yeah, this works. And then we Seal of Strength the Auratog as well. And that draws us a card. Okay, kill your Ball Lightning. If they've got a burn spell, they should put it on the Auratog because the Ball Lightning has trample, right? Okay, dead Ball Lightning. If they don't kill this, then maybe they just don't have any reach right now. Is this a game where I can try to go for the Replenish kill and step my turn? Concordant Crossroads. Maybe I should Seal cleansing that Curse Scroll. I don't know. Let's get a Rancor going on the Auratog. I guess I'm paying a life for this one. Bolt plus Fire Blast gets us pretty good here. And then we can, I guess we can go Crossroads plus Birds. Let's go Crossroads. This one we won't pay a life for. Save us from the Bolt Gambit. Also, we could draw like a land here that doesn't force us to tap our City of Brass. We don't do that, but Concordant Crossroads comes into play. Then I guess, do we play Birds? At this point, if they've got the burn damage, we're dead anyway. Yeah, let's jam Birds. Let's cast another, maybe Hidden Gibbons on this one. Gibbons draws Gemstone Mine. Play it. Play Rancor. Target the Auratog for a green. Another Rancor. I feel like there's no way I'm not just dead here. What is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. But if they have Ball Lightning, I simply must be able to block. All right, I guess we pass. And if our opponent is incredibly unlucky, we can win. But at that point, I would feel bad for our opponent. Our Sly opponent should have lethal here. If they don't, they were robbed. Yep, there's a Fire Blast. And then they've got the Curse Scroll and one card in hand. Yep, they got it. They got us good. I feel like a player who knows how to play this deck could have figured out how to win there. That player is just not me, unfortunately. All right, Warmth. What's bad? I think Concordant Crossroads probably isn't great. And like Sarcomancy blows. Let's cut all those. So we're going down 3 enchantments as it currently stands. But I think STP is probably pretty important. especially since it combos with Auratog to gain 1 billion life. So submit. I came into this league feeling a little goofy. Like, look at this goofy cool deck that actually trophied. And now that I'm playing it, I'm like, what if you actually sat down and got good at this deck? What does that look like? Is that sick? Could be. I wonder if this deck wants like another Auratog too. Although that's probably just going too deep, right? It just feels like, what do we have for enchantments? I think we counted 22 out. It feels like maybe you want to push it closer to like 24 or 25, given we were slaughtered by variants a couple of these games. But there are situations where like it feels like maybe Miri's Guile. Maybe this deck should play Miri's Guile. How do you make space for it though? All the cards in this deck are so sweet. It is deceptively complicated. Why not replace the 1/1 Lotus, the 1/1 Lotus with Sarco or another enchantment? You mean in this matchup? Because there are 4 Sarcomancies in the deck already. I'm cutting Sarcomancy because it's super easy for them to put me on dying to my own Sarcomancy, like taking damage to it. I will play first. This hand contains Quarry into nothing, so I will mulligan. This is an Argothian Enchantress hand that also happens to contain removal. I think we have to keep this. And I think the ship's going to be City of Brass. Shocker. Keep Ship City. Done. Open on mine, actually. Pass to you. But I could see replacing the Lotus Petal, although it came in clutch a couple games, so it's definitely pretty sweet. All right, you've got a Cadets. I wonder if I can take some pain off the Cadets. Probably not. I think the Seal of Fire deals with the Ball Lightning just as well as it deals with Cadets. So let's remove that. Go to our turn. Let's go Thran Quarry into an Argothian Enchantress and pass. Why not just play Argothian and block Cadets with it? Oh, that's a good point. I forgot. Is that Patrol or Cadets? Yeah, that's not the Echo one. That actually would have been a solid play. Good catch, Sporefrog. Curse Scroll, sure. Yield through turn. Untap draw. Oh, yeah. Very cool. I mean, we put it in our deck for a reason, right? Misplay never mattered. Ooh, and a Hidden Gibbons? Yeah, give me that too. All right, you're up, opponent. Good luck. Coziest draw, confirmed. Yeah, very true. Red, green, naturalize. Ooh, but I get to activate Hidden Gibbons. I didn't see that they actually had green mana. I wasn't paying any attention. But that's actually okay, I think. All right, Warmth is gone. I have a 4/4. This Undiscovered Paradise comes back to hand. Dersuchi, hello. What's going on, Dersuchi? How you doing? All right, on tap. Get my Paradise back. Let's just jam a Seal of Fire right now. Boop. Draw Brushland. Do I want to? I think it's fine to just combat, attack with Gibbons. All right, they're fetching. In response, I'm going to Seal of Fire the Grim Lavamancer. No response. Testing a Wayfarer Tron deck? Send me your list. I've been thinking about that exact thing. Damage, you go to 16. And then do I just play another Seal? I think so. I think not getting hit for 6 by Ball Lightning is actually weirdly more important than developing my mana base right now. All right, go. Looks like they're just passing, which is dope. I like that. Untap, draw, Femeref Enchantress. Let's actually play the Brushland now. I do need to respect my mana base and start developing it. We'll attack with the Hidden Gibbons. Rancor Gibbons sounds like a plan. It could be a plan. I think I'm actually going to play my Femeref Enchantress this turn, though. Give them something to chew on. They tap for 2, 3 even. Curse Scroll me, that's fine. This means my Enchantress lives. That's amazing. Anarchy. Do you want to believe you have Anarchy? I don't. Actually, I do. I don't have any white permanents in play right now. Fire Blast my Hidden Gibbons. Should have played the Femeref Enchantress first. All right, here's the Enchantress. Green, white. All right, go ahead. Red Source. No difference. Gibbons wasn't an enchantment. True. Attackers. End step. My turn. Untap, draw. Gemstone Mine. That's kind of cool. I wonder if I should just be Rancoring my Enchantress and seeing what happens. I think I'm going to do that. Rancor the Enchantress. All right. I can pay a life. Green. Seal of Strength. Ooh. Gemstone Mine. Lotus Petal. Combat. Attack. I'm just going to Seal of Strength this. No, I guess Seal of Strength protects it from removal. No, we'll just attack with it. And then, yeah, we'll play a bird. Green. Cool. Go ahead. We got there. All right. Can we beat Sly? It's actually Zoo. Slightly different. Yeah, I still don't want Sarcomancies. I'm not trying to give them haste with Concordant Crossroads. We're just shipping this back. Can't put the link here. Where can I send it? Oh, send it to me on, if you don't have me in Discord, look for me on Twitter. DM me the list. Actually, wait. No, you're good. You're good. I can actually see the link. I have it. Nightbot's really annoying. 1 second. Let me actually pop this link up right now. I have it. We're good. All right. This hand contains, ooh, I like the Hidden Gibbons. I like the Seal. I wish I had like a Warmth or something, but I don't think I'm going to get that greedy. We're just going to keep this. Red Cadets, sure. Untap, draw, another Enchantress. I think I got to take some damage. I can't start digging into my gemstone just yet, so I'm just going to jam Hidden Gibbons and pass the turn. Then we play Argothian, which can hold off the Cadets. There's Lava Boy. 2 Lava Boys. Interesting. Untap, draw, City of Brass. Am I okay to take another point of damage to like maintain my Gemstone Mine for even longer? I almost feel like I have to. Let's grab City. Let's jam Argothian, and let's just ship the turn. Ball Lightning is banned. I don't know if you heard the word Bozo0388. Love that handle. But Ball Lightning is actually banned, so you can't cast it. All right, I'll take one here. That's fine. Seal of Fire, for sure. All right, another Seal of Strength. Let's go Gemstone Mine, and let's start to respect our life total a little bit. Let's go green. I'm not going to actually cast the Fern Graph yet. I'm going to cast Seal of Strength first. Green, draw off the Argothian, and let's cast Femeref Enchantress. This one's going to hurt. Green, white. Here's the Fern Graph, and then we can just pass. This gives us a cool blocker on the Lavamancer. We're going to Seal of Fire the Fern Graph. So do we force this situation? I think we do. Seal of Strength the Fern Graph. That's all good. And now I get to draw cards. Amazing. End turn. And then after this, it's just like Argothian plus Seal. Hope they don't have Ball Lightning. Yeah, it was fine life gain. Still kind of looking for a warmth here. Or like an Auratog just to like start closing the door. Because right now they're the ones closing the door on me, which is not what I want. Sometimes it's fine. Let's go Thran Quarry. White, colorless, warmth. And then do we just jam another Argothian? I think we're probably I was supposed to play the Argothian before the warmth. I guess my thinking was like, let's see what we draw first, but we do need to start Xeroxing like really bad. So green, whatever. Hopefully not. We're not just dead. We're certainly not far from it. And then we'll just yield. And then if on the off chance we're not dead, we can start just like jamming enchantments and hoping. I think you need to seal to be able to block the Lackey. Lackey? There's no Lackey. Jackalpup is fine. I will gain 2 life. Thank you, warmth. Another Barb Ring. You can get it, the 2 damage from the Grim Lavas is free. And then we go to my turn. All right, let's start Xeroxing. We'll tap for a red, Seal of Fire, Seal of Strength. I don't want to pay life for anything just yet. Let's just jam the mine, then play Seal of Strength for a green. Rancor plus Brushland for sure. And then, yeah, let's jam a Seal of Cleansing for safety, because I can't actually deploy my Rancors yet. White and whatever. That's a lot of lands. A little sad, but we get to do this again next turn, barring us just being dead. So we pass and we will pitch Shitty of Brass because we can't actually use that card now because we're at 10. And we have to do some blocking, I think. They attack. All right, we're for sure Seal of Firing the pup. All right, I think we're going to take the 2 and go to our turn. There's a bop. Let's go ahead and... Are we like at the Rancor our bop point of the game? I think we are. Let's go with a Gemstone Mine. Jam a Birds of Paradise off this Thran Quarry, and let's Rancor it, tapping for a green. Bop, Birds of Paradise. Draw a Hidden Gibbons, draw a Gemstone Mine, bird get big, another Rancor, target bird, draw off that thing, no response. We've got a big bird. It can block Grim Lavamancers. In a pinch, I can Swords to Plowshares my bird. Do I go to 7 to play another bird? I think I might. Yeah, let's go to 7. And we pass. Another fetch land. They can shoot my bird. I think that's actually okay, though, because they've only got 1 card in hand. Now, the Barbarian Rings are starting to get spooky, but if we can just like gain infinite life off of an Auratog, like we just win the game, right? I didn't say Bob. Bop. All right, attack for 1. Go to blockers. I'll block with this bird. I don't care about killing it. All right, that happened. End step. All right, back to Xeroxing. Another Seal of Strength. All right, I don't think I want to play another Argothian because I think I'm going to cast so many spells right now. So let's go green, Seal of Strength, draw 2. That's a Replenish, huh? Can I kill? Hold on, let me do some math. There's a Seal of Strength in the bin plus a Seal of Fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, opponent, do you respond to this? All right, opponent, do you respond to this? Okay, opponent, do you respond to this? Colorless, 1, 2, 2, 3, Replenish. This is a weird kill. Okay. Go to combat. Okay, that was cool. That was pretty cool. I like that a lot. You ever kill someone with the Birds of Paradise? He didn't really let us do that. So I have to apologize first and foremost for the 2-3. A better pilot, I think, would have nailed it. Like I think this deck gave me multiple chances to like figure out the line. But a mix of being live, not having reps, and this generally being pretty outside of my wheelhouse of how I play the game, I definitely made some mistakes that I'm definitely going to catch in editing and beat myself up about it. But this deck is cool. I think this deck is not in its final form. I think this deck could be worked on. I think that the deck's actually not... Okay, it's not inexpensive. You got Argothians, the Replenish. But in terms of expensive pre-modern decks, like when we're talking about the expensive stuff, this is on the lower end of that. I think this deck's probably less than $1,500, which I know if you're only looking to invest a couple $100s in a pre-modern, that sounds crazy. But some players are enfranchised and just have these cards lying around. I'm one of those players. I just happen to have this deck and paper lying around in my boxes. So that's really lucky for me. Also proxies, like just proxy up your Replenish, proxy up your Argothians, and the rest of this is not that bad. This deck is very cool. I'd recommend it. 2-3, better player would have gotten at least a 4 moment that I think. But that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.